Good morning. Welcome back to. Good morning. I should refrain from saying that, but I just remember that everyone's from around the world. But good morning, afternoon, or evening for wherever you are. Now, early access or EA access, should I say, is coming out today. For around the UK time, around 8 p.m. Unfortunately for us PS4 guys, we have to obviously then download it and then install it. So it's very unfortunate for us, but we're looking forward to that. Sit rep basically. Players are still selling. I'm just going to keep relisting them. As I said, always keep relisting players. I think one or two players actually sold this time. And there's no point selling these guys because they're bronze and silver players. And what am I going to get? 18 coins? It's pointless selling them. But on the top right corner, I got 6.6k. And it's time to do the SBCs. Now, I mentioned this briefly in the last video, but I thought I'd go through it. I wanted to start with hibernations. I looked at the one because I have 6k coins, which is not a lot. I'm looking at the packs. You don't get that many good packs. Gold players pack's decent. Around the world, a rare players pack, that's going to be extremely hard to do. But elite fight, I realize, is a good one. Now, I made a team for this. Now, I explained to you what I did. What I did is I basically got the players. So, for example, Cook and Sermon in this situation, they are both untradeable players. I had them in my squad. I can't quick sell them, as you can see. So I ended up putting them in. And then what it says, I've read the requirements. I need 8 nationalities, 2 players from the same nation, and three from the same club, minimum 5 rares, exactly gold. So what I did is I went straight to Footbin, and I put a filter on Syria, and I just chose a league. I chose Syria because there's a lot of players and there's a lot of different nationalities in Syria. So I chose, for example, position, goalkeeper, and basically I put the cheapest players I can. Now, I knew that generally speaking, I tried looking for the cheapest rare cards. So for example, Rafael Leao, I think that's Castagna. They will all probably cost around 700 coins, even though they're wingers and strikers for a rare card. So basically, I put the cheap rare cards in. So centre mids and strikers and wingers are generally cost a lot more money in comparison to the centre backs. But I found out that wasn't the case in this instance. Ended up going with a very cheap team. I've got Berisha in gold, 300 coins, Fazio, Santon, Sean, and basically what you want to do is you want to create the squad. Once you've done that, you then want to go on Footbin and create the same squad again. The reason why you want to do this is because you just want to see if everything's alright, the chemistry, and you can see roughly the price it will cost. So I see it costs 6.9k. I think this individual is untradeable, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to move this guy as untradeable and untradeable as well. So it looks like I might be able to just make it. Maybe if I can snipe some of these players, I can get a bit cheaper. What you can do is when you go on Footbin and everything's okay, you figured out some of the players. If, for example, you find that, for example, I don't know, if you find a situation where there's not chemistry, just work things around. It shouldn't be too hard. It took me about 5 minutes doing this, but I'm pretty sure anyone can just do it. You just search for a player. It's not that hard. Once you've done that, as I said, I went through goalkeepers, then I went through right backs. I chose a right back, then I chose a centre back. I just kept doing this, and I just kept reordering it by cheapest value. So I'd order it by price like that, and then I'll get the cheapest one. So the cheapest centre back, either rare card or the normal card. Once you've come to that stage, put it on Footbin, save the squad. I'm actually going to save this as A, and I'm actually going to leave this in the description in case you want to see the squad. And you can just click on the players and you can see what their price ranges are. Now, I think I'm recording this at the time it's around 6 a.m. I think. So the non-rare players are about 400 coins. It's not that bad. And some of the rare players are about 850, 750. That's kind of the ballpark which I'm going for. The key is you want to get it as cheap as possible. So we're going to start purchasing now the players. So we're going to go with. So the first player we have is that's the wrong one. It's Castagna. I think that's how you say his name. But what I want to do is I'm also a very lazy person, so I know he's 750 coins. 750 coins. Can I get him for 800? Bin? I can't. 850. Now you see, this is where you have to be smart as well. You have to look at these cards and you got to be like, okay, am I really going to spend 200 coins extra now? This is where every single coin counts. Now, if you're like me and you're a very lazy player, not very lazy, I suppose you're one of efficiency, be smart, start making the bids. I'm now going to bid for this guy. We'll bid 800 for him. And we're just going to keep searching for the other players. The next player is Leao. So again, we'll just search for Leao this time. It says he's 850. If we can get him for 850, that'll be good. If not, worst case scenario, we'll get him for 900. So it looks like, again, it's another player that we're going to have to now bid for. It seems that he has actually gone up in value. 40 minutes is the next one furthest away, which does seem to be an issue. Okay, let's purchase this one. So what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to basically purchase the cards now. Berardi. So I'm going to do this live. So, I mean, you can probably, if you really want to skip through this, obviously, feel free, be my guest. Berardi, 450 coins. 450. He is 450. And you see some of these players, the non-res, a lot of them you can actually get them very cheap to snipe, and if you can also always bid on them as well. A lot of these players as well, you can probably bid on them. That's probably your best option. We're going to go with Santon now. Now ideally it's probably best to start with the rares first. Some players on the market, they could potentially be extinct. There is that possibility. This guy's going for 400. I'll make a bid on him over there. Next we have Fazio. We're going for the centre back. If we can get him on bid for 400 again, that would be a good one. Berisha for the goalkeeper. Just going to search Berisha, and basically you just want to keep doing it. And I'll be honest, this is unfortunately it's very time consuming. I won't lie. 350. Got a bit lucky there. Let's see if we can win it. We'll go for Caceres now. That is something that I'm a bit worried about, Caceres. I think he's going to be a bit on the expensive side. I think he was probably one of the most expensive players in my squad. It says he's 900. So you can obviously sit here and snipe. But to be honest, I'm not going to do that. I do have a bit of excess. 8 minutes. I suppose I can wait 8 minutes. So we see, as you can see, we're getting the players. So we lost Fazio, so we're gonna buy him again, and Castagna. So we're just gonna obviously do him again. Fazio. And you know what? It might be best if I just end this video, finish these up, because I don't think there's anything important now, and I'll get back to you in about 5 minutes time. Okay guys, welcome back. So now we purchased all the players, and we bid on some of the players to get the cheapest price. Of course, I did wait a bit longer. I got outbid there. I'm just going to outbid him. So basically as well, if you go home unassigned, so I got the left wing and the right wing that I wanted to buy. I still need to purchase the striker though, so let's see let's win this Caceres bid. I think Caceres is going for that price anyway. Buy now. And also don't forget, some people are also very lazy, so if you do get outbid, just double check what his price is. Sometimes he could be a much cheaper. So he's 1.2, so it's about okay. So I don't think he's gonna outbid me here unless he's lazy. He can just buy it himself. But yeah, sometimes you might get outbid by like 1.1. Let's say for example Caceres, someone might outbid you for 1.3k. Do not worry too much. Just double check the price. Sometimes some people are just lazy and they can't be asked to go out, go back out and check the price. But just do double check before you outbid someone. So when you bid on something, someone outbids you, just double check. Now the issue that I have here is my striker. So this I'm just trying to create a situation where, so this Rafael Leao, the problem is he's a bit too. So let's just send all these to the club. This Rafael Leao is a bit too expensive for my liking. So this might be a situation with you. A player's 1.2k. Now, if you've made a squad already and you're like, okay, now my squad revolves around that one person, you could be in potentially trouble. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fill in a squad. Hang on one second. Add players. We're going to do this. I hate when this happens, by the way. Most recent. Put them in the club. Let's put Fazio there. Berisha. Okay, I think that's that done. So I'm just going to put them all in place. The right back and the centre mid. Now, if you're in a situation where your striker you think's a bit too expensive, what you can do is you can try finding another striker. So I know he's from the Portuguese league. He has to be a rare card, and he just needs the AC. This needs the Serie A link here. So all I did here is I went on Footbin. I did a filter by a league by Serie A for Calcio A, and then I just did a striker and I ascended it by price. Well, I'm switching it around now. I'm looking for the cheapest rare player. Now we can see here Donnarumma is the cheapest player, and Kwame. Now, I think if I use Donnarumma, that is what you have to think for yourself. Now, obviously, there has to be 8 nations in the squad. So if I put Donnarumma in, where's his brother? Is it Alfredo Donnarumma? Yeah. If we put him in over here, you can see that if I now put him over here, you can see we now lose exactly 8 nationalities in the squad. So not every single player will work. You just have to kind of switch and tell. So in this instance, I want to try the other player we have, Kwame. I think this would be fine. So it's going to search Kwame. I'll just do a concept player. As you can see, he gives all the requirements. So instead of buying that Liao guy, we can now buy Kwame. And this can obviously save you a bit of coins here and there. As you can see, he's going for like 950. So I actually saved 400 coins. That's actually a good deal. Anyway, send to club. So that's that done. Let's complete the SBC. Now, obviously with SBCs, you're bidding against a probability. That's the way I see it in my head. You're bidding against something that's going to happen to you. Packs, as we know, are unforgiving. There's a big chance you can get nothing, as I'll be showing you right now. As you can see, double check you haven't submitted anyone incorrectly, or you submitted all the right players. Now, I get a prime goal players. You can, of course, go on Google. If you go on Google, you can... I could just double check this. Remember, always press submit anyway. Don't press this one. You always want this message to come up just in case you make a mistake. So you get prime gold players pack. You can look at the worth of a pack. I would say when you're looking at SBCs, what you can do, if for example you go League of Nations, I know for example a rare mega pack, I get some rare players. There's a chance I could pack someone good. You see, you have to be smart. You have to kind of work out how much a pack is worth in value, and generally look at the average return and be like, okay, if I do around the world a rare players pack for 10 nationalities, I think that's actually extremely good. This shouldn't cost too much money. It might be a bit hard to do, but it shouldn't cost too much money. But you get a 50k pack in return, rare players. So you can have to work out what's worth it. I know, for example, this 12 players, 6 rare, 6 normal. So I know I'm basically going to profit. There's no way I'll lose money. I get Bartra. I think he should be a couple of K. I'm just going to compare his price. So yeah, we got a good deal on Bartra. What you can do as well on Footbin is just to be easier. You can just search it as well. So Bartra. Mark Bartra 2.3k, so you can see we made 2.3k. We can see Belotti is the second player that we have. Belotti, another 1.5k, so let's say 4k, and sorry 5. Wait, what? Wait, 1.5. Let's just say let's say 4. Let's just say worse, because I know Golovin goes for a bit as well. So some of these players, I mean, obviously you could pack someone really good. You could pack a Pogba. So as you can see, we've already basically made profit. And the good thing is, let's do, I think the next one is Javi, Garcia and Fernandez. Oops. And the good thing is, with most of these cards, I think there's a Fernandez, striker 77. Now, the good thing is, right, if we quick sold all these players, we're going to be making 5.6k. So at the worst case scenario, as you can see on the top right corner, remember how I originally had 6.4k coins? Worst case scenario, I broke even. And that's basically it. That's why it's essentially, it's pretty much such a good method to do these SBCs. I mean, I won't lie, unfortunately, they are a bit on the tedious side. That is unfortunately just one of the perils of this game. It is obviously in I suppose you can say the early points of the game, it's just everything is just so slow and tedious. You just have to bear with obviously yourself, and but generally speaking, once you come to the stage, we're going to start making our team now. You can of course carry on doing SBCs if you really want to. You can of course carry on doing SBCs. I don't know how much these guys list for. I'm just going to set them at he's going to be a bit expensive. Because he's 83, I put him a bit higher. Yeah, so sorry, most of these players, as I said, just list them. Do not quick sell anyone, of course, just list them. You can of course carry on doing SBCs, but it's entirely up to you. Now, with the money you've got, if you made good profit, start making that team. As I told you, make a team where players cost 300 coins, where you won't lose money. That's kind of what you want to do, or what you want to achieve to do. We're going to go, I'll skip forward now to the next bit should I say, where I start making a team, and then we'll get on to that bit.